Very good morning, class 11. So today we are going to continue the reading for this chapter, Albert Einstein and School, written by Pringle. So in the last class we have discussed that how Albert had a conversation with his history teacher in the school, and then about his lodgings and his theory. They talked about the civilized and uncivilized people here. Right, so today we are going to continue about that. Albert and his cousin Elsa, what they conversed about it, that he could pass the exam like a parrot. Music and violin, he had an interest in that he wanted to leave the school for 6 months. Yuri searched a doctor with a reason of nervous breakdown, and Dr. Ernst. So we are going to read from page number 27 at the top. It says, he told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. Normally she lived in Berlin where her father had a business. I'm sure you will learn enough to pass the exams, Albert. If you tried, she said, I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. They say you don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand what you're taught. Just be able to repeat it in the exams. So Elsa, who used to live in the Berlin, now she was with her father. Now she was here at the Munich, and she said to Albert that I have seen many other boys who are not as good, who are like the stupid here, but still they pass the exam. So why can't you? You don't need to understand everything. You just learn like a parrot and then give the exam. That's the only trouble, said Albert. I'm not good at learning things by heart. So that is the only problem. I need to understand the things. I can't learn it by heart if I don't understand it. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm. Added Elsa, what is the one you are reading? So she said, which book you are having under your arm which you always read? A book on geology. Geology? Rocks and things. Do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that good enough reason? Elsa sighed. You're right, of course, Albert, she said, but it won't help you with your diploma. So Albert used to read a book. So she asked which book you're reading. He mentioned geology, book of rocks, of science. So she asked that this is your subject in school. So he mentioned no. I just like this subject. That's why I'm reading it. So Elsa mentioned that okay, fine, you're reading it, but you can't pass the exam or you can't get the diploma by just reading that subject which is not in your school. Apart from books, his only comfort was music and violin. Although landlady asked him to stop always, that wailing get on my nerves, she said. So she always used to mention to Albert that these sounds gets me irritated. So Albert mentioned, although there was always a noise in that house, her children, landlady children, always used to howl, cry. They used to make noise. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them howl, but he decided it was better to say nothing. So Albert knew that landlady used to create a scene for the children. That's why the children used to create the sound actually. I must get away from here, he told Yuri after 6 months alone in Munich. So he said that I really want to leave this place now. Although he had spent a good 6 months there, so I want to leave this place, he told to Yuri now. It is absurd that I should go on like this. In the end, I am wasting my father's money and everyone's time. It is better if I stop now. So he said that, he told to Yuri that it's better I should go right now because I think I'm wasting my father's money and everyone's efforts and time. And then what will you do? So Yuri asked him what you are going to do when you will leave this place. He said, I don't know. If I will go to Milan where my father is, I am afraid he will send me back here. Unless. So he stopped. He said, what? So Albert asked from his friend, do you know any friendly doctors? He said, doctor? He said, I know a lot of medical student but not a doctor because I had not enough money to go to. What happened? He said, suppose I had a nervous breakdown. Albert said, suppose I had a nervous breakdown and doctor said to me, it's bad for me to go to the school. Then I guess I would be able to go out from this place. I can imagine a doctor saying that, said Yuri. So Yuri said, I don't think that doctor would say anything for you. I must try, said Albert, to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. So he said, I really need to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. There are plenty of them, Yuri told. He hesitated for a moment and then added, I will ask some of the students if they know. So he said, okay, I'm going to ask from my friends if they know any doctor. So Albert said, thank you. He said, why you saying thank you? I need to still find. So he said, I know you will find. He said, okay, if I'm going to find a doctor also, but I'm not sure whether he will help you out. He will, declared Albert. I'm going to have a real nervous breakdown to make it easier for him. So he said, don't worry, I will make the situation very normal in front of the doctor. I have never seen you looking like nervous, Yuri said. A day or two at school will soon put that right. Certainly, he had lost his high spirits when Yuri saw him next. This is the next time discussion. Keep it then, said Yuri, I found a doctor for you. So Yuri said, finally I have found a doctor for you. I have fixed an appointment for you tomorrow evening. Here's the address. And doctor name is Dr. Einstein. Is he specialized in nervous breakdown? He said no. He became doctor last week only and might be you're the first patient. So he said, okay, I'm going to manage it. I have known Ernst for many years. Yuri hesitated for moments and he said he's not a fool. He warned Albert and he said to Albert also that don't try to pull the wool over his eyes. So he said to the Albert, don't try to deceive this doctor. Actually, he can find out the reality. He said, don't, because you are the world's worst liar. Because Yuri mentioned to Albert, because you don't know how to say lie. So Albert said, I'm going to manage it. Albert spent the next day wondering. Next day he was thinking what to tell the doctor. And as his time was there for the appointment, he was really nervous in reality. So right now we are discussing this only, and most probably in the next class we will complete the reading for this chapter. So send the assignment timely without any reminders. Thank you. God bless you all.